Do you think that AI will have any strong effects on the housing market, or have you not considered that too much?
Everything will get easier to produce and cheaper to produce in time.
Which will decrease the price of housing.
It will decrease the price in housing. I think the thing that AI will also do, like right now, do you ever watch those home shows? You know, like they've been going on HGTV for the last 20
Like the
years.
renovation shows?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or like just you go in a lot of homes, right?
Yeah.
Most people's homes are designed like I would have designed them when I was 13 years old, which, by the way, is still how I would design a home today because I don't know any better. Most people cannot afford to hire designers and all that stuff. Now, look what HGTV did. Now people at least have a visual into like, oh, I'm going to try to replicate that on my own. AI is going to help people live in better places, right? Like it's going to help them design their rooms. It's going to help them to dress better. There's so many things that AI will improve. AI is helping people improve the way that they speak and communicate via email. Like I used to sit over an email for 45 minutes to frame one paragraph. Now I just write it like junk and AI makes it look beautiful in 2 seconds. Like everyone's a great communicator now. Like everyone has the capacity to engage with the world in a professional manner because of AI. Like you can just take that with everything, with homes, with fashion. Like everyone will have the capability to like actually express themselves, whatever their creativity is in their head. If they have a song in their head, they'll be able to make it. If they have a show that they want to make, they can do it. If they want to be dressed better, but they don't really know how, AI will help them. They want to have a beautiful home. That stuff matters, okay? Like they want to have a beautiful home, but they can't hire a designer and they don't know how to do it. AI is going to help them do that. It will also help them build homes cheaper and better,
Now,
by the way.
what about in the short term for helping home affordability? They just floated the 50-year mortgage. They also floated mortgage portability to be able to take it from one to another, which I personally, I never think that's going to be able to happen. But what are your thoughts?
I mean, the 50-year mortgage, it's dumb. I mean, it's optional. On paper, I think the 50-year mortgage can be good. I think I come from a premise of we should borrow all the money we can at a low interest rate and reinvest it at a higher rate. And that's been my life. I think that's like the financial pyramid of life is people that give their money away and then other people take their money and make more money with it. So I like the idea of people being able to actually just take out big loans at low guaranteed interest rates by the government. But the problem is most people won't do that, right? They're not going to reinvest that money. They're just going to take out a bigger loan and they're never going to get equity from it because people have bad habits. So I think long-term, it will be detrimental. And I hope it doesn't happen.
It seems like people are getting very fed up with the system. I think New York was a prime example of this. Mamdani got elected. That it's a sign that a lot of young people feel like they're priced out of the market. They're priced out of the housing market. Incomes have not kept up with expenses. And so it seems like they're looking for any sort of solution that's out there. Do you think there is a solution?
No, I don't think that's the solution. The solution is to build more houses, if anything. And we all know everybody knows the solution, build more houses, right? Like we know what the solution is. We just got to actually do it.
But why do they make it so hard to build more houses?
I mean, people don't want the houses next to them sometimes, right? Like nobody wants a fourplex next to a single family home. Also, you have all kinds of, safety thing. I mean, look at all the stuff we build into a house for safety that gets like taken off right away. Like you have to have a banister here and then you take it off, or you have to do this. Like we become overregulated. It's just what happens in a mature society. We become overregulated, things become overly expensive, and I'm not sure how we back out of that, honestly. I don't have the answer for that other than boomers have too many houses and maybe we tax having more than one house in a different way.
Las Vegas does it really interesting. So in Las Vegas, you could have one property as a primary residence, and on that primary, you have to claim it every year, the property taxes are capped. and they don't go up more than a certain amount. But on an investment property or a second or third home, whatever it might be, if it's not your primary, they could increase your property taxes at a much higher rate. So instead of it being a 2% increase, they could increase it 6%. Let's just say. It seems like a fair system overall.
I think the big issue with taxes, again, is that we don't spend the money right. So no one wants to pay more taxes because you don't feel like it's going to be spent correctly to help people. But if you have to have more taxes, I can wrap my head around the luxury tax thing. I really can, whether it's a second home or certain items or beyond a certain degree. Maybe that's part of the solution. But again, what are you going to do with that money?
Nothing.
Exactly.
It's going to go into the abyss. My God, it's going to get squandered.
I always thought it'd be cool. I think about taxes all the time. And like, if I had like 9 lives, I would absolutely be a politician and try to be a Mr. Smith Goes to Washington for one of them. I'd probably get crushed immediately. I had this idea, like, what if you had, like, have this billionaire tax or millionaire tax, right? That everybody hates. And I hate it too. But what if you had that tax at whatever level it gets kicked in at, and you give control over how that money gets spent by the consortium of those that pay into it? So it's a government, let's say for New York puts this tax into place. But if you're paying into that tax, we're only going to use that money to do something really great that we can kind of all agree would be a great thing, a problem that we could solve. But we're going to allow, almost like you get votes with how much you pay. You guys who are all pretty smart because you're all billionaires, millionaires, et cetera, right? You have control over how that program works, how it gets managed, how you deploy the capital. So let's do something great for our city with your money, but we're going to give you control because we know that you guys will do a better job with it than us. And instead of like coming down on billionaires for being billionaires, why don't we like give them credit and be like, hey, we need your help. Like we need your help.
That's a great idea.
I know you like that idea, but that's I feel like that you're going to have billionaires that just end up having political power that are going to then put like homeless shelters, or like high density housing way off in the boondocks.
Or they're going to be like, this area here, our money's going to this park, and we're going to make this the nicest park, and we're going to put this nice art piece in the center.
No, you have to have a framework. You have to have parameters, right? You have to have objectives. And I think if you did it, like, I think public-private partnerships are really interesting. Like Bryant Park in New York. I don't know if you remember Bryant Park before it was a public-private partnership, but what they've done with that park is so outstanding. It's a place that we go to every time we go to New York. Do you know they have like one of the cleanest bathrooms in the city? It's safe. It's clean. It's fun. The park generates income. It's this like beautiful display of a public-private partnership as opposed to other parks that just kind of spiral down and then there's no money to take care of them, right? They were like, how can we make money from the park and then use the money to make the park better? I think there's a solution. Now, it's not an easy solution, but I bet you AI can help us solve it, right? Like there's something there. And again, I truly do believe we're all talking about AI making all these companies more productive and we're going to have new industry and one employee is 20 employees now with AI. Is there a reason we couldn't do that with government? Why couldn't we make government way more productive, way more efficient? Like, why can't we make government great with AI? And we can kind of eliminate all the political banter and all the fighting. Like, there's a solution to government in AI somewhere. And I know it's coming for us and I'm super excited about it. I hope we don't resist it too much. And I don't think that we can because other governments will take advantage of that opportunity. And then it becomes a thing like, oh, if your government's not using that, you're going to get left out. Right? You have to have an AI-assisted government. They're tools, right? They're literally just tools. Like our government, let's be honest, operates a lot better today with computers and the internet than it used to. I have to say, like, there's some like government payment methods with like my driver's license and stuff that for the first time ever, it's like really easy to renew.
Oh, I just renewed my passport.
Right?
It was a pain in the ass to do like 10 years ago. This took me 5 minutes to do online and I uploaded my own photo.
Yeah, it took them like 15 years to figure it out, but they finally figured it out and it is better it is helping. AI is moving like 100x faster than the internet. So if we can start to bridge those two worlds together, think how amazing it would be if we had like a really efficient, productive, hyper intelligent government. How cool would that be? Like, how many problems would that solve?
I always thought it would be interesting to have someone campaign under the idea of, I'm going to let like some sort of open source AI, large language model or something decide on policy for me.
Yeah. Well,
I think it would be interesting.
With the amount of mistakes it makes.
Well, if it was, the thing is, it
will get better.
Yeah,
We're early, Graham.
like,
We're early.
I may not mean right now, but at some point in the future, that could be kind of interesting because I feel like it could prevent a lot of more catastrophic things that have happened, such as like when, Trump wheeled out like the tariff board and he showed it and it was like crazy tariff percentages. I don't think that's something that AI probably would have cooked up.
Maybe it did cook it up.
No.
People were speculating.
You're
Yeah,
absolutely
they
right.
did.
First of all, better prompting will solve most hallucinations, right?
That's
like and in an agentic world and the ability to fact check itself and to validate information, like we're going to solve all the issues that we have issues with today when it comes to AI hallucinations, not being able to trust it. But you're right. I mean, AI, even at the person level, the voter level, that's coming. There's no doubt that's definitely coming. But I'm more interested in just at the government level generally. Like let's have AI figure out how to get these parties working together to solve problems. You almost like you need a mediator, right? Like there's no mediators in government. You just people fighting. And that really sucks. Like that's what really depresses me about politics right now. I was on a Zoom a couple years ago. One of my friends' dads is like one of the big guys in the Democratic Party, and he's very old. And he was telling stories of how it used to be when they would have leadership of the parties just fighting to death for like days and days on end over policy. And then he would host dinners at his house. And they'd come to dinner and they'd have wine and they'd spend all night talking and riffing with each other. And then the next few days, they would somehow come to an agreement. And he goes, it's really sad because that doesn't happen anymore at all. Like you do not have Republicans and Democrats having a dinner at somebody's house, just hanging out, talking about kids, talking about stuff other than that policy, so that when they get back into chamber, they're all of a sudden they see each other as humans and they're like, come on, let's figure this out. Like that's sad. So like, maybe we need AI to kind of be that mediator.
What happened? Because that always does help when you get face to face with someone. It's different.
It always helps. When someone leaves a bad review at our restaurant, I always say like, back when I don't do this anymore because it just drives me nuts. But like, if I could just talk to them, right? And be like, hey, we have 65 employees, kitchen workers, people working for next to nothing, servers. We come to work every day and just to make you happy. And we're trying our best. We're getting cut a million different ways every day. Like there's nothing but problems in the restaurant industry. I was like, we're trying really hard. We're sorry, we screwed that up for you. Let us make it up. But like, we don't have to like go to war with each other because you had a bad meal or something. But over Yelp, they just go off, because they don't have that like person to talk to on the other side.